Alright. This is the new experimental setup, the new experimental gamer rig of model painting, if you will. So I can actually sit up to my desk instead of having to sit all the way like back here. There's your free thigh shot because I wore too small of pants. That's all you get. I'm lying. You're gonna get more. Because I can't control what happens. Well, what I can control is the Space Marines I will be painting, which are a bunch of these assault intercessors, which I've gotten way more of than I would have thought, and this dude's fucking arm already popped off. What a fantastic start. I hate push together models. Where's my glue? There's my glue. Well, this is a way better setup for the webcam. I want to do more IRL streams with models and stuff because it's chill. It's fun. I have the requisite number of webcams to do many of these things. I even have spares. I do hope some homies will be willing to join, hang out. So, we got these dyes. I primed these today with a near empty bottle. They feel a little sticky. I don't know how to feel about that, but I'm sure it'll be fine. But these are for my homebrew chapter, the Snow Angels. Let me turn down the music a little bit. I can't really do it anymore. It'll be fine. I love it. But we're gonna take a lovely white, because you know what the truth is? My truth, the truth of model painting is that it's easier to go from dark to light than any other way. I've learned that it's just easier to prime black and then and to paint it white than it is to paint something white and do anything else. So we got my dry brush and this boy. Okay, the camera might shake a little bit, but that's just life, all right? So we take our homie, trying to just get it in a nice spot, and then we just go to town on this bad boy, all right? Of course, his fucking arm falls off too. Lots of people's arms are just falling off, huh? Fucking push fit. Fine. Fine, you little shits. You don't like it, then I'll do it piecemeal. I should have left more on the brush. But that's fine. I don't want to glue this. Woo! Okay, I don't think any really spilt out, which is fine. That's fine. But we're going to be using a lot of this to do our whites. Because you know what? If we miss a spot, it's free shading. That's why we do it like this. If you miss a spot, you know, if it ain't right, it's free shading. Like, I'm working it in. Like, I'm not like doing it lightly. But it works. It works so much better than... Like, I have some that are primed white that it's just like, it's so much easier. Just do it this way, boss. Let's go. I love it. Anyways, I gotta do the sword arm, which Dry brushing, my beloved. This ancient technique passed down by the lords of miniature painting. I want to make sure I get the rims of the plate. The other stuff will get painted. It'll be fine. And we're gonna glue his fucking arms in. I have a feeling I don't have to do a lot of this. But it'll be fine. I have plenty of glue. Yeah. Salt in a sasso. And then we'll set him to the side, and we're gonna do this with all of them. Get in there, arm. God, it does not want to be in there. We have plenty of work to do. But it's fun. This is a fast way of painting. Just put the excess there. I don't want a light amount on the dry brush. I want it heavy. Because we're really wanting it to get like the white coloration. Because like that's, yep, okay. Yep, the arms are just coming off, alright, at this point. Which is fine, it lets us hit more spots that we otherwise wouldn't have been able to. It just fucking falls off the base. Okay. Like the inner leg, inner thigh, that's not too bad. It's not really noticeable too much. But like this is peak horrible times, boss. Just completely falling
You
apart.
gay is.
No you, Red. No you. What are you doing here, speaking like that? This is a welcoming community, Red. I mean, as welcoming as I am whenever I tell people cringe and communists. This is not a Hassan Piker friendly zone. Welcoming my ass, you always treat me like shit. Because you always torment me. It's fair. It's only fair with the treatment you give me. You're still trying to turn me into a femboy, and that is having real world repercussions now. Following in the words of EKG. First of all, femboys are peak life. I mean, yeah. So if we all suck it? No. Why don't you find a femboy to do it for you, Red? Having to glue all these fuckers together because they're pushed fit garbage. Okay. There we go. Until I should have marked on like my table where the camera is like pointing with like an X. Would have made this a lot easier. Can't quite tell. Actually, I know what I need to do. I need to do full screen interface. Oh, that's really cool. You just make it small. Oh, I know I'm in the VC. That's just open if people want to come in and chat. Because I normally like to paint while I have like videos playing and stuff. And you know, it's kind of boring. Yes, thank you for checking now. That's cool. Yes, we're working. We got 2 done so far with the lads. I also have some older ones that have a different paint style. You have a plan? Oh god. I don't like how you say I have a plan. You make it sound nefarious. Like you're about to commit some grand evil. So let me chug an Arizona can so I could piss in the mic. God. You're gonna be the reason why I have to, whenever I do this, I have to sit in the stream room. Fuck! God damn it! Am I holding it? Have I been holding it too close to my fucking face again? God damn it. I was just like, it just slowly drift towards me and I'm just like, oh, wait. Get in there. Get in there. Get in the groins. I am a force of chaos. Well, you weren't a force of chaos when I was doing chaos models. Oh fuck. The sword pops out! Oh, I forgot it was. Get back in there, you little piece of shit. For fuck. No notifications, not on me. Hey Spoon, how are you? I hope you're having a good time. A good day. I have been horribly slacking this last like 2 weeks. And luckily to fill that slack, I'm gonna do more model painting streams because this is a better setup that it doesn't hurt my back, so I can, you know, do my Warhammer models without pain. Maybe one day I'll actually get to play the game again instead of theory crafting the game. As I paint models I've had for actual years at this point. I'm working through the pile of shame, as you say. As the kids say. Like, get these fucking... Get this fucking dude. God, I'm not... Skill issue, to be honest. It's hot. Damn. Okay. I'm at this point, it's just comedic. It's dry brushing. It's okay to be messy. Fucking yet again, another one pops off the fucking base. And they're not sitting over the edge to dry. They're sitting over there so they can fucking, you know, be glued. Poor little Model T. They keep getting beaten up because they are, because GW, you know, they lovingly decide that, you know what's cool? What if we do push the fit but made it bad? Because they always do. I mean, they've gotten better, but they're still bad. Just put on a little bit of super glue and they'll be fucking fine. They'll be happy, they'll be dandy when we get on to the next phase. I also have some old ones that I'm also gonna finish up and touch up. This is like my old color scheme that I partially did some in, and I'm not gonna repaint them, so I'm just gonna finish them instead. And you see, like, there's lore. I have lore to why they're metallic instead of white. There's something under the mat. There's a little bit from other stuff I was doing. Shake, 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 shake. Also, drinkies. But we're gonna be chilling. So how do you feel about the internet dying, guys? You know? We have to protect the kids. So, you know, if you watch Minecraft videos on YouTube, you're going to be labeled as underage and forced onto YouTube Kids against your will. Unless you dox yourself. This is ape shit again? Yeah. It's to protect the kids, I promise, says the pedophile government. Come on, don't you trust the government to have your best interests in mind? Definitely not a method to exactly. I'm sorry, too many people were saying, wait a second, why are we giving this small country billions of dollars again? What have they given us? All right, nothing. Awful lot doing. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like they're all fucking doing it at once, which is kind of funny. It's like, oh, in the span of the week, every first world country suddenly wants to censor the internet. Very suspicious. Very, very turn on your thinking cap. Something I want to try to angle this up a bit more. Just put these bad boys on. I like to leave the weapons black for my army scheme, so it'll be fine. And you messaged me on Discord. Nobody. I'm just insane. I've lost my mind. I wonder if I can do some collab streams where I like try to teach somebody how to paint Warhammer models. That could be fun. Of course, that's if they want to, but The bad in Hongru. I also have a bunch of like terrain pieces that I'm gonna look at painting. Maybe I'll do them on stream. I basically have enough terrain to play Warhammer in my own home, which is cool. The only thing I don't have is like a mat to play it on. That's like good. My best option is like my pool is like a pool table in the basement. But I do have like I can do kill team stuff. There might be a D&D collab with you know, your buddy. But there hasn't been any more talks about that. I need to message them about that. I thought they were going to, but they haven't. I've been a little distracted. That one just fell on the floor. Oh, get into this guy's crotch better. Classic dozer moment. True. I'm not the cleanest. If you harass him about it, it'll happen. Understood. Yeah. So, alright, I could do streams where I try to like play kill team joint ops, because you can play that solo. Though I'm not sure if I want to do that with like actual models or like or just do it on like Tabletop Simulator. I mean, it's easier to do Tabletop Simulator, but actual models would be cooler. Because, by God, I painted those fucking models. I might as well use them. By Jove. I felt like the infiltrators were easier to do, but it's been a while since I've, you know, since the stream where I painted those guys, so really. Come on. You don't cover the fingers and cover the gauntlets. It's not the end of the world, just the end of fashion. It feels less like dry brushing and more like sponging. I don't know.
Give us a controversial opinion on something.
Controversial opinion on something? A lolicon is more likely to defend your personal freedoms than a Christian. You know it to be true. God damn! Am I wrong? Look at the current internet state. Who are the first ones to actually try and defend your internet freedom? Where'd the fucking thing go? It went all the way over here. You're not. That's the problem. Like, I don't hate Christians, all right? I prefer them over most. I wouldn't say most, but many groups of people. But they don't really. They only really care about their brand of freedom, aka not freedom. What's that, Spoon? You want a controversial opinion? I gave y'all one. And you know what? And the lolicons were right, because they took horror games off of itch.io, not just porn games. When you know, those payment processors came in with the fucking hammer. That. Oh, god damn it. Get the fuck. What the fuck was on the model? I think censorship in all forms is cringe. If I get, like, if somebody, like, remakes or remasters a game, the moment I hear it's just like, oh, they cut these scenes because they're problematic, well, then it's automatically an inferior version of the game. I don't care if something's problematic. I want the authentic experience people had before. Just, you know, with better graphics. If you don't give me that, then you're not doing a real remake. That's why I don't want to. It's the only reason why I didn't, you know, try to get the Persona stuff and stream Persona, because the remakes are censored. We need less. Ready or Not. Yeah. Ready or Not got censored on consoles, which is cringe. Oh, this one just straight up broke off. Oh, this one's not fit together. This one's actually glued. Come on. It was censored everywhere for... Really? Wait, the entire game got censored? Even the PC version? I didn't know that. I thought only the console version got censored. That's really fucking cringe. Wow. I was actually considering getting that game one day, and now I won't. Kind of like Crime Boss. Well, that game was given to me, but I don't want to play it anymore because of the cringe they fucking did. The bastards. I'm almost done. I only have one model left. Like, no. When I want a product, I want it as is. Do not censor it after the fact. This is America. I want my freedom to not be fucked over. And now I actually need to hold this die down so he glues on. Like, come on, boss. Get the fuck in there. Close that. Fuck. God damn it, it's not kind of stuck to my finger. I consider anyone who's like a pro-censorship moralist to be cringe and you know, authoritarian. It's like, sorry, this is not meant to be a space for kids, so you shouldn't fucking censor shit. You know, like Warhammer, you know, it's not meant to be, you know, for little kids, but they did. You know that Warhammer has like children's books? There are Warhammer kids books. I still think that's fucking hilarious. Yes, Warhammer has kids books. And I got the audiobook for like the first one, for the Warhammer fucking one. It's literally called Warhammer Kids: Attack of the Necron. And it was I got the audiobook one from Black Library for $1, and I listened to it. And it's actually kind of a funny book, honestly. They got David Tennant to read it, you know, the 10th Doctor. And yeah, the kids see people die a lot in the fucking book. They just you know don't elaborate on the horrific deaths. You know, they just don't make it as gruesome. I think the funniest part is the Ultramarines show up in like one fucking scene as a Deus Ex Machina, and they fucking die. they saved the main characters, which are a group of kids, and then they die off screen. They die. The Space Marines fucking die. The Space Marines lost in the kids' book. But the kids literally see like dozens of people like fucking die. Like one of them at least witness like a dozen people get done down by like the fucking Necrons. But rather than like the slow disintegration that they usually show like in the fucking animations and stuff for Necrons, when people get, you know, shot by them, in the book they just had them be like instantly disintegrated. Like poof, they're done. No more. It's just like, damn. But I also remember the kids had like no fucking friendship at all in the goddamn book. One of the kids even tried to go guns bad, and then everyone looked at her like she was retarded. That was probably one of the funniest parts. Look at this. It's all nice and milky, ready to drink. I'm cleaning off the brush. So we got them dry brushed. And then we got a napkin Well, to clean off the dry brushing. Like, some of the Warhammer books have just, like, really funny things that happen in them. Like, fucking, in one of the Blood Angels books, like, fucking, I think it was, like, Darkness in the Blood. The fucking, like, they end up running into, like, a Slanestrator demon, and then at the end of the chapter, one of the Slanestrator demon just looked at one of the Space Marines, called him out by name, and then squished him like a grape. Like, it was like, like Meladim or Marius or some shit like that, and it was just like, you pop, fuck, ah, went down the wrong way. All right, I'm also finishing up these dies, and these dies are mostly painted. They just need to be shaded. So I need my like shading brush, my fat shading brush. I was joking on it. I'm fucking dying. Why would you do this to me, Smugalana? Why? Betraying the loyal smugglers. Null oil, basically, it goes everywhere where there isn't fucking something I want with a different shader. Null oil, my beloved. Reduce this laborious task. Make my opponents think I'm actually good at painting. Or they will be none the wiser of liquid talent. I literally had these Marines like fucking like 80% done for like 3 years or something at this point. And only am I now finishing them. That's how I am with my like Warhammer stuff. It's just like, wow, I feel like doing so much, and then it's just like, wow, my drive is fucking gone, and now I feel nothing. They could sit in the box. Yeah, let there be life. Let's see, what the other fun... other fun bits. Let's see, I think that's everything on him. Put him over here. Grab the next one. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Hyperdrive, for the follow. We're just chilling and heighten. I know nothing said Norton more. The others, that's fair. Orcs are funny. Orcs are like, oh, we'll be like the funniest lads, and then in another book they're just like, these guys are horrible fucking monsters that deserve to be fucking wiped out. The power of the football hooligan. Let not the evil taint you. Wait. Fuck. Ah! My drink is still fucking with my throat. Ah! I should drink more. I'll feel alive. Momentarily. I think it'll actually probably make it worse. Oh god. It's like a tickle. Okay, I'm gonna finish this one. I'll power through to finish this bottle's shading and then take another sip. Ah. Go, go, go. Hurry, be faster. Faster shading. There. I'll throw it over there. Close this. Clean the brush. In the milk water. We're painting Space Marine intercessors. I'm trying to get used to where I move the camera. This is like my old paint scheme. This is working on the new one. It'll look more like this when it's finished. With the white and blue. Actually, that one almost fell over. Actually, I have a finished one. I have some finished ones. Like one of the ones I finished like a year ago. Not sure where the focus point is. No, that's out of focus. Man, I sure do love. Yeah. Not my best work, but I haven't done Space Marines in a while. Something that I've always wanted is there are a few reasons. Mostly it's people don't trust their ability to keep it all together. I don't do it for one reason, that if I can't reach it with the brush, you won't be able to tell on the table. Also, VTube Studio just fucking died on me. If you can't reach it with a brush, they won't be able to see it on the table. That's why I do it fully assembled. Because most people really won't tell. Now, I'll do sub-assembly painting if I'm trying to paint a model. I mean, I paint Warhammer and nobody does it. Still valid though. Yeah. I'll do sub-assembly painting if I'm trying to really, like, I'm trying to do a model where I'm trying to win, like, a contest, you know? Like, I'm trying to win a painting contest. And I'm like, okay, I'm going all out, so I'm sub-assembling painting. And when I did that, I did almost win, and then I fucked up on the cape in one fucking spot, and it cost me first place. And I'll never forget that. I still haven't fixed it as a mark of remembrance. But yeah, when I play Warhammer like tabletop, I use these units as Drock. Is this true? The abominable intelligence. He's gonna beat me in a game of chess, and it says I'm really bad at chess. Not good at Warhammer. I said Grok. I didn't say Grop. Did it sound like Grop? I'm losing it. I've truly lost it. What if I actually put in like a command, you know, an AI chatbot command? Dox this idiot? You can't do this to me. I'm not here to be doxed. And the thing I noticed is that everyone uses sprue brew. What the fuck is sprue goo? Oh wait, I haven't heard of that. Is that what people like melt down sprues? In like alcohol? Look at him and laugh. No. I can't. He's going to reveal all of my internet history and it'll be over. Oh, yeah. Dissolve the sprue in acetone and then, yeah. I've seen that like once. I didn't know people did that commonly. Weird. I usually, if I have a gap, I usually either I ignore it or I use green stuff. I have some green stuff. You know, two epoxy. Tayami putty, probably. I usually rarely keep track of that. Once again, I'm not the best. I paint more so I have like a nice army on the table. I like having nicely painted models, but I like it when it's like it all comes together for like my army. Because goddamn, I might not be winning games, but I will be. I didn't do this die. I set him aside and didn't do him. That's true. Everyone has their way. I also knocked a brush onto the floor. That it's an old one, so I don't care that much about it. Or just filling it with super glue and sanding it. True. God, I remember when I first used fucking super glue on models, and I had. Thank you for the follow. And what are inks? I know they're not washing. They're like they're basically just a more thick. They're like a really thick wash, from what I understand. I've seen people paint with them. But I've also seen it's way easier to like completely fuck it up. It's like, I think it's like if you want like a completely different texture, like you want to really darken it. But I don't know. I don't know. I know that like people use them in place of certain paints and whatnot. I remember seeing one guy where he did a video where he tried to paint like a Space Marine army like really fast using inks, and then it really got ads, and then it got really fucked up. When he whipped out the stuff, but he did eventually clean it up. Come on. Don't really have super big plans. These eyes are just like standing out. Washes spook me. They're horrific concoctions. Not washes. Glosses. In all my life, and I only used it in the Stole thingy with wings in the front and the base. Ah. That's fair. I like... Oh yeah, like, you know, yeah, that's more or less. Clean up and voila, yeah. What do you do for like do you do any award names or you just collect? Like do you play, what was it, Flames of War or like Bolt Action? Nice. I have like oh, you just build and paint models, yeah. Warhammer's fun. You want I'm guessing the reason you're iffy about is the price point. Because it's a bit pricey. If you're new to Warhammer, like the two best options is just like either like split a starter set for somebody if you want to get it into it cheaper, or try out Kill Team, which is just like you only need to get like one box to like to have like a team to be able to play it. And the rules aren't so bad, they're pretty fun. I allegedly, I haven't gotten to play it yet. But I want to play it. A tank costs 40 bucks, different day, but a whole lot. Oh yeah. If you get like the fucking, oh god. Did I do the fucking base? I think I did. I collected my stuff very slowly. The cheapest ways to actually get into it is for like Warhammer stuff is either Barnes and Noble or like Target, because they have like the Warhammer board games that have actual models in it, and it's just like, oh yeah, you could get like $170 worth of models for like 50 bucks. Or a lot of models I got were from the Imperium magazine, which is sort of like a monthly subscription where it's just like, you know, you get what would normally be like a $60 model for like in like a $15 magazine subscription. Thing is, I'm in Spain. Ah, Spain. One of the better places you can get models for good prices is on Reddit, honestly. Is through like there's r/miniswap, where people like to sell their Warhammer models, and you can usually get a better deal there because then they don't have to give eBay a cut. Like, I had a Warhammer army that I sold on eBay once, and I ended up selling for like $450. eBay took like $90. Swap, not slop. SWAP. Like whoop, like that. Like that's a good subreddit to like find like cheaper models. Oh, it's all good. Sometimes I read bad because I'm dyslexic. All right, there's that. Clean out the brush. And now let's get about to some of these finer details. Like the metallics. Grab one of these bad boys. Actually, no, we're not gonna do the metallics yet. Where is my Dre? Not you. I have a bunch of paints, but I don't organize them at all. I don't know where it is. Where is this it? Yep, this is it. Shake. We'll do them. We won't do that one yet. Where's my metallics? There it is. It's over there. I might be running out of metallic paint. I might need to get more. As I use it a lot. It's almost empty. Oh, this isn't the brush I wanted to use. Yes, they're a full faction. You can play on the tabletop. I'm just gonna get like the back parts of this done. Like yeah, they have their own rule book and army stuff. I have a few models, like I have this Dard model partially done. I haven't touched it in a while, but it's like a field artillery piece. And compare it to the Space Marine though. You dare make me a marketable plushie. I'm gonna see. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. I have a better model I can actually show you. Let me get the paint off my damn brush. As long as like they're on like the same size bases, yeah, you could probably get away with it. Like you could probably get away with it, so people, as long as let me get one of my other Dard models. This fucking tank. This is a Dard model. This is on the bigger side of tanks. Oh, my VTube Studio died again because I'm using my shitty webcam. Yeah, I'm actually really fond of how this model turned out. I want to paint more tanks. I just don't have any. I have dreadnoughts that I can do. But like, if the size is about the same, like you can probably add in some like, you know, like. Oh, this tank is the Rogel Dorn battle tank. It's like, it's on the bigger side of the, it's like it's a heavy tank for it. There's a smaller one called the Lehman Rust, and then there's a bigger one called like the Baneblade. Not like Jared or something. Yeah, no. Let me fix my camera real quick, which is just turning it off and on again. Cause VTube Studio has to be cringy. There we go. But this is another guard model I have, the Sentinel, which is sort of like a walker. Where are the weapons? They're all under here. I haven't. It's not fully built because it has weapon options, but this one magnetized. God. There it is. But like, I haven't painted the weapons, but I did magnetize it slightly. It's like, you know, pop it on. Magnetizing vehicles is pretty common. Boop, boop. Like, I want to do a tank army for the Imperial Guard. Like, I want to do a bunch of tanks. I don't, like, I want to play the Guard like Imperial Knights, but instead of Knights, I have a bunch of tanks. I have 2 tanks, though. That's all I have at the moment, but I do like them. And how do you build it as a tip? I don't know. And how did you build it as a tip? I don't know if you. Is the machine Warhammer models come on, you know, standard sprues. Let me put the tanks back up. They're like way the fuck up, but like but like they'll come in like you know, you get your little instruction booklets and they're usually like this. Or like the Space Marines, and the vehicles are no different. I don't know where I put the Guard one. I know it's somewhere. I did throw it out, I hope. I usually don't throw them out. Oh wait. Here? I don't remember. I have a bunch of stuff. I have a bunch of stuff that's not very organized. But I do want to. I'm gonna probably do some model building streams too, at some point. Like I have a big pile of shit I need to do, and I'm not buying any new models for a while anyway. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do these models one at a time now and just do all the little parts instead of batch painting them, because batch painting ain't so fun to me. I like it when it feels closer to finished, but I've painted a ton of infantry models. I haven't gotten to do a lot of vehicles. I want to do more like big vehicles and stuff, because you know, they're cool. Doing a bit of a gray paint. Bilisarum gray on the parts that I don't want white. It helps them, you know, darken up. But that tank, I painted it by dry brushing it. Oh right, oh, that. Oh, side props and stuff. Yes. to make it more to add details and stuff. Yeah. Like for example, I grab these. I show you the top of this one, and I show you the top of this one. The tracks have extra little parts on it. The guns on top can go in different spots. There are actually different weapons for pretty much all of these spots, and the top can come off. No. The only thing with the, paint the bottom. Well, there are a lot of optional pieces that puts on, and alternate ways of doing it. Yeah. Oh no, feel free to ask. It's fun. It helps it makes stuff feel more engaging when I stream. I like being able to interact with people who are watching, because it's like, this is more for fun. I want to stream more. Let's see, and I got plenty of stuff to do for it. Where the hell is the blue? Where's the hell the blue I want to use? Oh, there it is. Shake. And okay, VTube Studio died again. I have to use like my crummier webcam, because even though it's like weak and sad, but I have to use the good one for my hand cam, because I don't have, it's the only HD webcam I have. Oh, god damn it. I forgot to close out the settings. I was like, it's chill, it's fun. I wanna do more Warhammer stuff, because I like, painting models and whatnot. In here, Space Marines are easy to paint, because it's lots of, they don't have as much details, but I'm used to painting Chaos Space Marines, which have a lot more details. Alright, have a good night. I try to stream in the evening where I am, which is like, I try to start somewhere to like 4 to 7. I'm trying to set better schedules, but I haven't been the best. I try to stream earlier sometime soon, but I try to stream every day except like Monday and Tuesday. I just haven't been very good this last week. Mostly gaming, but I'm trying to do more like miniature painting stuff. Right now the time is 6:44 p.m. And I get the time zone difference. One of my most frequent viewers is also European, so I'm used to him being like, it's 3 a.m. here, so my girlfriend's asleep, so I'm watching this while smoking a cigarette outside. And he's a homie. I'm trying to stream earlier if I can, but it is what it is. I hope you sleep well. I hope you have a good night. Oh, I forgot to do the joints. That's what I forgot. TikTok won't let me, understandable. The doom scrolling will continue. I will admit I am a victim of that. Alright. Alright. Sleep well. Good night. Thank you for hopping in. It was fun. Wee. Alright. Any other joints I can hit? Yep, this one. Ooh, wait. I need to do more of the gun. Put a little bit on here. It'll be fine. There's only another dry brushing later for these models, so it'll be chill. Let's see. I'm gonna try and like fix the focus so I can, you know, get a focus spot where I can show details. Like, where if I hold it like right here, we can get the details, which is just properties. Please give me video configure and deactivate autofocus because autofocus sucks. And I get it, that's like right here. Okay, that looks good. There we go. Now I got my like big screen on the right side, so I want to view this better, but it's fine. It works. But I don't know why when I full screened like my OBS on my like other screen, it's just like nah. Get like baby size. Please give me like a full screen. Don't. There we go. Yeah, scale the window. Why was it scaling to like such a small size? That's better. Now I can actually see what I'm trying to do. Yeah, that's not bad. Back to the metals. The metallic dream. Hoping I have enough. Just like. We gotta get the teeth on the chain sword. These chain swords are cool, and I have a lot. Put it on the gun. We're gonna do some gold on this as well. But I think I got like the metallic parts I wanted. That worked. Certain ones, but yeah, this works. Space Marines, very nice. Clean that up. What else? Where's my gold? There's my gold. Convenient that the gold has a different cap. There we go. We're gonna do the gold on like the chest. Hi Dozy. Dozy, how are you? Mentioned earlier, is Red bullying you? Heyo. How are you? I hope you are well. No, he has been quiet, surprisingly. That's concerning. He was in here earlier, so I thought he left to bully you. Which means he's fucking with somebody else. It has to be. Paint, paint, paint. We have been chilling and painting. The gold. This is actually like a mostly done model at this point for me. I haven't been doing anything to do the work, so it hasn't. Yeah, I've been like fucking out of it this last few days. I'm just like, I don't want to stream. It's like the past 2 weeks, really. Well, 1 week I didn't have internet, so that's not my fault. You can't blame me on that one. But because of the way we did this, I don't really need to do... Oh. Target spotted on back. I need red. Where did I put my red paint? There it is. Yeah. I try to figure out games that I consider like, you know, longer, slower projects that I can just do sometimes. Or like multiplayer games I can play. Like Mecha Break. Mecha Break I'm willing to stream whenever because I think that game's really fun. And it's free, so you know. Get this purity seal. I also want to do like handle of the chainsword in red, so it stands out a little bit. I like this. The purity seals. I also have Lobotomy Corp as a game that I need to finish, but it's so long and difficult that you can't really do it in one sitting. So it's just sort of like, I'll beat it eventually. I'll understand what's happening in, you know, Ruina and what else? In Limbus Company better. I'm upset that I'm all taught up with Limbus Company. All I can do is mirror dungeons, but the new trailer looks nice. Okay, what else? What else do I need? I need to do his eyes. I need to do the gold, but I also need to do the paper on the purity seal. I love doing parchment paper because there's like a dozen ways to do it and I forget it every time. Wow, it's a Zozer, a Tommy-chan! Yeah, Tommy-chan! You know, my favorite thing about this stream setup is you can actually see the tripod that the camera's on. And how I've been treating my Space Marine Codex. Alright. Yeah, let's paint his eyes. I've been experimenting with doing eyes a different color. With my baby brush. Where is it? I want to do a Lothran blue. Actually, let's do Talsadar blue. A little bit on the brush. very carefully do the eyes. And of course I fuck it up. I like this. Oh, it's actually looking pretty good so far. Wonder if I wonder if I have a longer delay due to the bad setup. Maybe. Actually, let's grab one of my older models so I can compare. Let's see if I have one that's in the same pose. I think this is in the same pose. You can see how different the painting styles are, huh? For this. A very different style. It's not as bright. I don't know. I'm not sure how to feel about it. Like, I like this one's a brighter white, but this one looks cleaner. And it's not even done yet. You know? Food for thought. But let's do, let me grab my black paint. Put a little bit on the brush. I'm gonna do the text on the purity seal. Just doing some squiggly lines down it, kind of like that. And that's a purity seals text on there, baby. Just clean off the black paint. But I hope everyone else has been doing good. Let's all right. Let's see. Let's do the wash for the gold. So we can feel fancier. Just right on there. Give it a darker, richer color. Just a little bit, and it helps a lot. Who doth message me? And now I just need to do the basing. with my fancy GW brand basing spatula that I got from a magazine, so I didn't have to pay the actual full fucking price. Let's just get my mud and just slap it on the bottom. There's gonna be like 2 more steps and then it'll be pretty much done. It's like I'll do a little bit of shading with some Nuln Oil, and then it's a dry brush of another white paint. They brighten it up so it's closer to the bright white that I want, without having to paint everything. White paint is a pain in the ass, and I'm glad I figured out a way to do it where it wasn't like awful. Where you just figure out your techniques. Set this off to the side to where it can dry, and then we move on to the next one. Close that, put it over there. Wash this. Ooh. I'm gonna take a moment. I'm going to stand up, stretch, and twist my back. Let me take off my earphones. Ooh. I felt that one. I felt it. Wow. That felt good. Who messaged me again? Am I getting messages or just other stuff? It's other stuff. Thumb game. Okay, RPG died. I'm no longer a thumb boy. Very unfortunate. And then Cadian. Maybe. I'm thinking maybe I should get back into playing Arma and maybe doing Arma streams. I'm scared if my computer could handle it, because Arma isn't exactly a subtle beast. If you know, you know. Let's move on to the next model. He did not get as much lovin' in the department. Right, it'll be fine. Where's my brush? Where's the fat fuck brush? There it is. I love that this brush is literally just labeled starter brush. They're like Citadel starter brush. And it's just like a medium layer brush is basically what it is. But I do not want to be afflicted by the Arma beast and like have the stream crash because Arma crashed. But it would schedule my my streams more because I'd be streaming like one of the units. I play I'm in. I'm also not going to do the horrible thing where I was like in multiple units at the same time, and that just drove me crazy. I do not have the time or the will to do that if I play Arma again. You know? I'm painting his little like knuckles metallic because a little homage, if you will. Trying to get all of these spots. A nice layer of the metallic. Oh. Like these are, you know, standard infantry guys. You get one if you play Warhammer, you just really get good at knowing how to paint a bunch of these dice to look good. And if you're more interested in just having stuff on the table, and save your little soul, yourself, and just, you know, figure out how to do it. Figure out how to do it lazy but looks good, which I've gotten very good at. I have a very simple process, but it looks good on the table. But that's what matters. Alright, get the grate! Shake, shake, shake. This one always needs to be shaken because the colors separate if they sit too long. This goes right on top of all the white that got on the gun when I was dry brushing. The power of a contrast paint. Not super strong, but I kind of wish I had a black contrast paint, but this works fine for what I need it to be, and it dries all right. You sort of lay it on thick. I know I'll get shot by the committee of Mr. Man. You know, the Two Thin Coats committee, but you know, sacrifices have to be made sometimes, okay? And may I be forgiven for my sins. Does he have any purity seals on him? He does. He does have purity seals on him. But did I remember the put the shade? I didn't. I forgot. I forgot the shade on his purity seal. Never. Never what? You will never be forgiven for what? Huh? I'm a pure entity. I have committed no sins. My Don Quixotes. I got my magical girl. I got my magical girl, and Limp Bizkit just tossed me everything. You need to fix that chat, estimate. Where's my cool, well thought out emotes I added? I don't know. I'm just using I've just been using the, what was it, the mix it up bot overlay. I don't know how to get it to work. Okay, I'll get back to painting. You don't have to scream at me. One way or another. I'm not wasting all this red I have on here. I'm looking for the other purity seals. Like the one on this lad. Never waste. I have to be as efficient as possible. Oh wait. Flamer. You use a lot of red. Do you have a purity seal? You have a purity seal. One way or another, you will fix it one way or another. I mean, threatened already, man. Or for funny, silly emotes. The show up on stream. Is it only like the 7 TV emotes that don't work, or is it like all the emotes? I'm not sure. Is there a way I can get it on Mix It Up bot overlay to work proper? Services overlay. No, not there. Where the fuck is it? Overlay widgets? Well, that's how I got chat in there to work at all. Which was a pain in the ass. I spent way too long. Wait, get back here. Yeah, that's the HTML, CSS. There's all these JavaScript, animation position. Alejo pronouns? What the fuck is that? Madness. Madness, even. I'm sure there's a way to get it to work one way or another. Anyway, that pink goes back. This pink comes forward. So it stands out. It's nice and purty. Isn't that what you want? Isn't that what you want, boss? Paint? Space Marines? Space Marines, by which I know not if they'll ever really see battle or be sold, or just sit in a box until I die as like an old man, and then my grandkids are going through my stuff and it's just like, what the fuck is this shit? Oh, sorry, that was censored by the Council of 2050, where anything that could be, you know, considered violent was annihilated. So, I guess we'll have to delete your grandpa from the family history. Sorry, kids. He held on to contraband, you know. Sorry. For his sins, he will be forever burned. We have to cremate him. If I don't have grandkids by the time I'm like 60, that's when Minecraft becomes real. And you know what I mean by that. Things will get better, I promise. You will be happy. I keep thinking I see chat move, and I like look up from like the model, and I'm just like, oh. Why am I not getting warnings for the ads? Which? Get rid of this. And it's a little dirty, but it'll be fine. I'm not sure. Maybe painting the infant. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe my techniques are flawed and I'm going insane. Whatever. I need the stream for pennies. All right. I need the money. The government's making me pay back more on my loans because they're assholes. Nice. A nice blue. It doesn't... Yeah, I want it to be a more solid color. It just doesn't seem to come that way, even though this is supposed to be a base paint. I like this shade of blue. Where are the models? And we just keep it going. I used to play Warhammer tournaments all the time. I'm just like, I should have gotten good. I played too nicely. I should have been as violent as possible and claimed my revenge. Okay, clean off that brush. Get my Telsadar blue. I could do like Tyranid painting streams too. It is eyes. Get right in there and get them eyes, lads. Get the eyes. The purity shield should have dried by now, so I should. Let's do the black on there. You know, the black. Black paint. Let's get the little stripies. Purity seal text, you know, it's not, it's a little thing, but you know what, it adds character. The odds of somebody seeing it, pretty low. But it's nice to have. So let's hit up these points of dry washing. I for a second thought I was about to knock over my the paint pot and I was gonna lose my fucking mind. I'm probably gonna post some pictures with like the two different styles of how I've been painting and just be like, all right, what looks better? Don't know how much longer it is till those dyes are dry. They've had at least 30 minutes. I could probably take a break and make like some sandwiches. We can whip up some like body cam footage and you'll feel fantastic. Knuckle pop. Let's see. Is there anything else? No, this works. It'll do a dry brush late order. Let's put on some basing. El cuprabra. Let's see. Let's see. Come on. Some nice le basing. Also, because I whipped out some like older models I had, I can like fucking prove that the basing, that they thinned the fucking basing. Cause this stuff used to not be so watery, GW. Used to have a bit more texture in there. I guess I'll have to add it myself eventually. But that's just life. Oh, that reminds me, this dye. I don't think I put any wash on the base. I don't remember. They might just leave him alone as is. He's a fun guy. A nice suppressor unit. I don't have the other ones as painted. No, only partially done. I just wanted to finish up one of them. The other one, I just can't fucking get him to stay on his fucking base. Being a real pain in the ass. Next model. I think I might only do. I'll probably only do like 5 models in the stream. Well, technically it'll be 10, but like, I don't know if I'll do all of them. I should definitely do the sergeant. I'll definitely do the squad sergeant because he has a different weapon, so he stands out and he's different. He's a special guy, and he has a sword. I'm gonna try something with the sword. So first, I need to get two blues. Not the ones I've been using, but ones I haven't used. I'm gonna use these two. I'm gonna try and do a more gradient effect on the sword. And I've seen some stuff how to do that. So first, take it. I'm gonna do this. Go only up about halfway. Then swap to the other side. I'll do that, and I'll do the same thing on this. I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna grab the other blue. I'm gonna try. I've tried similar stuff before, but it's been a while. And not with like blues. We'll grab the other one. It's like a lighter blue. It's a wash, so it's thinner. Do both sides. And really make sure I have it. It's a start. When it dries off, I'll work more on it. I have an idea. I'll probably do the other blue as well and just do multiple blues. I know to try and like blend it a little bit, but the base color needs to like get in there. Let's do the gold. He's a sergeant, but I forgot to give him like the sergeant helmet, which is funny. But I'm gonna make sure his sword is extra fancy because I want to practice painting swords. I like how he's like a less fancy like gauntlet decoration. Even though he's supposed to have like the fancier weapon. Brother, where is your drip? Brother Sergeant, why do you lack drip on your armor? Your heraldry is lacking, Brother Sergeant. Why aren't you dripped out like the rest of the squad? Which with Primaris is barely fucking anything. Unless you're like a Blade Guard veteran. I'll have to do some cleanup, but it will be fine. Gold is a nice color. Do not let them make you think otherwise. It's the Emperor's favorite color. That's why he made everything gold. Sure, it's just yellow with a metallic sheen, but it's powerful. It has artistry, history. What the fuck is that? The hell is that on the bottom of his arm? There was like a piece of fucking napkin under his arm. What the hell? Brother Sergeant, what have you been hiding from me? Don't tell me you've been consorting with the nap stealers. How will they ever recover from their travesties? Either way, life will continue. Get a little bit of it on there. Make the skull. That we're just hitting little flame pistol because, you know, I don't know why I built them with flame pistols. I think when I was doing it, I was just like, this is the lore. I think when I was building them, I was building them lore accurate to the custom chapter. And I'm just like, yeah, it was probably a mistake, but oh well. It stays. I mean, alright, when I built these back in like I built these models back in a whole ass edition ago, in the 9th edition of this game. And I played Blood Angels, so power weapons were actually better for these guys because when they charge, they got an extra wound stuff. And when you get an extra thing to wound, that's really fucking good. For, you know, violence. In the killing floor. This not really isn't as decorated as I thought he would be. Despite the fact he is like supposed to be like a sergeant. Let's do like the hoses. Let's darken them a little bit on his face. Paints are drying on the sword. Ooh, I might have to get like the my palette, because this isn't a palette. But let's see. What is it? Oh, I gotta do shoulder pads. I was just like, what's missing? Oh, right, that. Let's get this good. Let's get it going. Let's get his nice blue splendor. Maybe I should do like, I'm gonna test on one of the other models, like doing like multiple blue layers, see how it turns out. With like a different blue, and then put this blue on top of that blue. I'm never beating the World Eater allegations. But that is life. Actually, let's grab one of these dice. Let's test that on. Let's test it on this die. I'm gonna put this darker blue on it, and then see what happens later when I go back with the other blue. We're experimenting because we have the models to do it with. This is Macragge blue. This is like the ultramarine blue. Alright, so it says like the same outcome on the first layer. It's just a different color. I definitely prefer the Thousand Suns blue over the Macragge blue here. It's way more vibrant for my liking. Like you can set them next to each other. You can't really tell with the low quality, God. But like if I bring him up, you can't really tell on the camera that well. You can kind of see it, but not really. We'll see. We will experiment. Back up. Take a sip of my drink. It's starting to get room temperature, but it still tastes fine. It's a good flavor. Let's do our gold wash. Actually, let's do the next part of the sword because that's dry. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my palette and I'm gonna like I'm gonna water down this blue. I'll put it like right here. I need a little bit of the paint water. Stir it around a little bit. Then I'm gonna like hit the places where the two colors mix. It's mostly along the center. Now I'm just gonna do a whole layer with it. That's the whole thing. Then we're gonna go back to this blue. Put it in the same spot. Water it down. Just like want it to be along the hard edges. It doesn't look great right now, but it'll be fine. Do a little bit. No, I gotta let it dry first. I can't do anything more to it. I gotta let it dry first a bit more. I want to do more, but I can't rush it. Put that over there. But we can start doing the gold wash. Get a nice amount on the brush. Let's hit up all the spots that have a nice amount of gold. Oh, I need to do the handle. I need to go back with a bit more red. I'm gonna do the handle, the sword in red. I don't know why I like doing the handles in red. But the sergeant will look clean. Hand flamers I know aren't really a great weapon. Like this guy's loadout isn't meta. But he will look cool. Hand flamer will look fire. Right, let's bring him up so you can get a good look. I need to do his eyes. Let's do his eyes. Come on, we gotta put a little bit of soul in those eyes. Oh, too much. There we go. One eye. The other. Put what's left of this onto the sword. Since it's not a lot, it shouldn't affect it too much. Like, I want to do a blue version of what I have on Terminators? Where did I fucking put them? Here we go. Like a blue version of this, sort of. But, you know, more cross-hatched. Yeah, there we go. Ah. Let's go. Back at it. Well, it needs to dry. Okay. The sword needs a little bit more time to dry. So let's see about doing another layer of blue on the shoulder pads with the Thousand Suns blue. Try to hide those paint marks. I don't really know if I want to do water transfers on these dyes, but because like, I have Space Marine water transfers, but they're like chapter specific, and I don't want that. But I could always do them. I got Blood Angels ones. I got that's meant for a different game. How Ultramarines. I have like a whole pile of like water transfer sheets. I got AdMech. Got AdMech, Chaos because I got tons of Chaos. I got Orc, Necron. They're silly. We have long ones. Chaos. I got a Space Marine one, which has a ton of different chapters. Kind of interesting that they put the Raptors on here. I wonder what goes through like the planning process of these, because it has like the Raptors on here for them to pick it. Oh right, I could put like the battle line and command ones on there. Those ones might look nice. Lieutenant, Ancient Tech Marine, Chap. Oh, I didn't notice those. We can use those. There's lots I can use. What's that one for? That one intrigues me. Lots of little ones too. There are ones on here I could use. I'm not sure. I think they would be nice. That's more Chaos ones. I'm trying to find the one that I really like. Here's a Cadian transfer sheet, which has some nice stuff on it, but it's meant for like the tiny arms of the humans. Death Torb one. This has some nice, you know, like minefield ones, which are cool. Another Orc one. Another chaos one. Tau. This is green coloring. That doesn't look good. I don't know where that came from. I'm just delaying, giving some time. AdMech. Tau. Did you know I collected AdMech? Imperial Knight. Oh, right. I forgot I got these. Armigers. I had some, I had a few Knight stuff once when I played AdMech. I only ever built Armigers. I never got like a full big one. This one saw like stains on it. I don't know where that came from. And I got a really big, another big Space Marine transfer sheet. Just like, do you like Ultramarines? I can do more. Like look at all these transfer sheets. I'm sure these aren't even all the ones I have. Like, I was trying to find like my Imperial Guard like vehicle transfer sheet because that one's like really cool. I like the ones on there because there's one that has like a scorpion tail on it. There's like a scorpion tail water transfer for like the vehicles. And I'd like to use that one more. You know? Let's see, I have an idea for a paint blend to do on the sword before I whip out the real Lothran blue. Get a bit of this on the brush, put it here. We're gonna get some of this. Mix these two. Not quite what I want. I need more of this. More Lothran blue. I wanted a bit more on the Lothran blue side. Just mix them together. We're blending. Let's do this. A little bit of water in there. It's sort of dried up a little bit. Yes. Now it doesn't look great now, but when the dry brush comes in, it's gonna like break it up more later. I'm gonna do where is it? There's a wash I'm gonna do over it. Not that one. I gotta find it. I gotta find where I put it. Is it over here? Because I haven't used it in a while. And not this one. I leave it in a box, which would be fucking typical for me. I'm standing up, so it's not in here. Where the fuck is it? It used to be a main. It was one of the main ones I used for when I painted Necrons. Oh, it's right here. I'm just a blind idiot. Drakenhof Nightshade. Let's dap off the excess. That's how the sword is coming along. It looks weird now, but it'll be better. I promise. All right. Let me move that to the side. We're gonna do the basing on him, and then he will get a chance to dry, and we'll work on another one. Oh, yeah. How's everyone else doing? You guys chilling? You guys gaming? You guys being heroes of the Imperium, or you know, traitors? I'm a 100% Imperial loyalist. I promise. Anyways, let me move my chaos water transfers out of the way. I put them in the bad spot. I still don't remember to hold it where you guys can actually fucking see it. I don't think I'll ever get to the same level as some of those like really crazy Warhammer painters that are just like, yeah, we put this on the main page of our community site, GW Good. I'm just like, man, I'm just like some Grimbo fucking trying to get along. Do you think these guys are dried? Mostly, like, you know, they got their known oil coat. I didn't do the Wreck Arth on them, I think. Did I? I think I did. No. Oh, my hands are a wee shaky. Those ice can exist. They're old relics of the chapter. Unknown, unwilling. They need to learn that their time is over. Okay, I'm sort of no bother. Properties. Warhammer. Okay, what would it put them to take to put them in focus here? Take him out of focus if I brought him up here. Really wanted to show you guys like this. That's good. You can see the eyes. You can see the soul in him. He needs to fight for his life, or else I'll get an AI generated 3D printer. Let me AI generate my Warhammer army with a 3D printer. That'd be kind of fucked up to see what would happen. Just like find like an AI that can make like a 3D models and be like, create me a Warhammer army. This doesn't look bad. Sort of brightened it up a little bit. my young man here. You know, he's gonna have a long life. And he gets to spend 200 years fighting for the Imperium, and then he can die of old age. Not because he got old, but because he had to fight the Hrud, and they hit him with the old man beam, and it disintegrated him. I'm trying to be extra careful, so I'm sorry if it's not on the screen, but I'm just like, I'm holding it really close to my face. To get that bolt done. I need to get more of this, I need to get more metallic paint, which is unfortunate. I'm running out, but I use it so often. Some of these paints I haven't even gotten new ones in years, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Fuck. I really just let that one fall from my hand. I was just like, oof. Alright. Luckily, I don't need a lot of lead belcher for these guys, which is good. Let's get my Belisorium Gray. Get up these sick nasty joints. I just felt like my vision like go completely fucking shaky, and I'm just like, what the fuck was that? I don't think I liked that. That felt remarkably uncomfortable. I should just get like a black contrast paint. I don't think the gray really works. Really like the joints and stuff, but it's okay. Your purity seal needs its meat color. Who dares message me? Who dares make me think I have received a DM when it is in fact more than likely an at everyone? Why? Why? Take a gander. It's at everyone. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, somebody's someone's giving away puppies in Crescent City, California. I hope you guys like puppies. Do you guys like puppies? If one of you tells me you don't like puppies, then that's really a bad time for you, alright? I can't control you, but I can judge you. Actually, switch brush. Switch brush. His eyes. Oh god, his head's really kind of loose. Good thing I found that out on the off eye. Fuck. Look at this. It jiggles so much. But it's fine. He'll get to fight the Imperium's enemies and he'll be very, very happy. Maybe. Not really. I'm not sure if they get to feel happy. They get to feel pleased. He gets to feel a sense of accomplishment from fighting the foes of the Imperium. And then die in a book because he wasn't the main character. Perhaps as an explosion. It makes everyone very sad, but everyone just sort of has to live with it, and then he's just like, he was a hero of the chapter. We will put his stole on display in like the Hall of Heroes, and then he gets to be remembered as the guy who killed an orc war boss 200 years ago. Somebody will put like their bone in his like, they'll put like his like femur in a little cage and tie it to their belts, and then they'll be like, he's with me always, giving me strength. May he you know, kill the enemies of the Imperium. Also, where's the red? My sleeve got stuck on my jacket. Nice red sword, purity seal. It's all nice, and then grab the black. Black is the most expendable paint fucking ever. Yep. Now he has some written text on his lovely purity seal. Till we invent micro painting brushes, and so someone can actually paint on a whole thing of text on a purity seal at the atomic level of their Warhammer model. The future of, you know, model painting. We gotta do stuff. We gotta look at your work at the atomic level. But he's looking pretty good. Let's see. Did I do? I haven't done the shading for the dulls. I'll do the shading for the null oil later when I have to do the basing, because that also uses null oil, as I consider it. I should do a model build stream. I think I don't remember if I've ever done like a building stream before. And I got like I sort of want to build my nice big dreadnought. I got Taladar. I got Mr. Man. I got Gilliman. I have a Gilliman model to do. Yep. Yeah, he's looking good. Let's do his basing. Don't fall over. That's mean. Yeah, I was trying to move it to be more visible and I fucking dropped it. Because of course I have butterfingers. Look at him. Looking pretty good. Pretty good to fight for the Imperium. Let's take these guys for a moment and get their gold shading on. With the Rakarth flesh, as I need a little bit. Their basing is done. As both of these steps remain basically the same. Just put all these dies right here. It's like, you know. It's a good... I'm gonna fix the focus to where it's like my resting hand here is in focus. I wish I did autofocus. I wish I just have a little machine that does it properly. It'd be great. But no, the autofocus for these webcams are only for like faces and not, you know, utility purposes. This is not the end of the world. It is what it is. There we go. Our dear boy. Our dear hero. A hero of the Imperium, if you will. Have no fear of the coming darkness. You are chosen. Those eyes just need like a dry brushing. And then they'll basically be done. Ooh. I need another back stretch moment. YouTube Studio hasn't failed. My webcam hasn't failed me again, so you know that's nice. Let me take my earbuds off. Ooh. There we go. I really set those tanks on my bed. I thought I put them back up where I got them. Damn. Ay, ay, ay. Hard to say. It's hard to say. Things are always so questionable. Let's do this die since he's meant to be like another sergeant character. And then that'll put us like 5 for 5 of each. That might be nice. I need stuff to bounce off of people because it makes me feel better. You know? It makes this whole experience, you know, more fun. My beloved gold. I'm still like leaning in to like paint stuff because I'm like, I want to be able to like hold it up to my face, but that doesn't look good. Doing it again. I'm doing it again. It's because I'm nearsighted. Well, not near. Actually, is it nearsighted? Yeah, it's nearsighted. So it's just like I'm most comfortable and stuff is really close. Does this not have any purity seals either? That's weird. Oh well. Oh wait. Sword hilt. I sort of forget that half the time. Ah. My little boys. Little Dorbos. There we go. That little bit of red really pops out, you know? Because it contrasts really well. Just the little things that help it pop. Ooh, I just had to like take a little moment to use my brain. Let's get my slightly bigger brush. Dip, dry, blue, paint. But I hope you guys are having a good day. Should I just go on a whole tirade of like the lore I made for my custom homebrew chapter? Because I honestly think that's one of the coolest things with Space Marines is just like, yeah, these are my guys. This is my chapter of dudes, you know. And you know. And as long as you don't write something that like grossly goes against the lore, not naming anything specific, it's like it can be full. It can basically be canon. You can basically consider them an actual chapter that just hasn't been mentioned for one reason or another in official. Like my little dudes, these are. I don't think they'll ever officially have a chapter called the Snow Angels out there, but that is the name of my chapter, and if it ever pops up in a book, you know, that'll be pretty poggers. Let's get these dudes little fuck. Luckily, it was a contrast paint, so it's not too bad. Technically, you can even say it's like a little glow. It's like a little glow. Around the eyes, you know? So it's just a little glow. It's fine. And I can't wait to have these guys run up the board and get like gunned down by something horrific, because I never like plan more than like a turn ahead because I'm not good at tabletop. I mean, I could be good, but it's just like that's not the fun for me. I want to see the dudes fight in like cinematic battles. Let's see. Oh, I gotta do the grays. And I also need to do the metallics. I haven't done the metallics for like the gun, the other metallics, like the gun. Oh. Don't move, please. Very, very simple metallics. And make sure his chain sword's alive. Got one half. All the metal teeth, and I gotta make sure I get the other side of those. Sometimes wonder. I sometimes like to think about like what will happen to like, you know, my Warhammer models like 50 years from now. Like, will they just get thrown in the trash, or you know, will family members hold on to them, or will they just be collector's items? It's just, you know, I like to think about it. You know, will I use the models to like play the game with like my kids or like grandkids? You know, it's a fun hobby. You know, who knows? Maybe they'll be interested in it. Like, you know, lots of people have big collections of these. Whose hands will they end up in when I'm like dead? You know, maybe end up with like some big generational army, but you know, by the time I'm dead, we'll probably have like Primaris Supremus, which is just even better Primaris Marines. And now we have a whole other line of Space Marines for people to buy because they're the coolest faction. And Primaris stuff will eventually be relegated to Legends. God. Or we'll get Warhammer End Times and like 40k just dies. The true grimdark ending. GW dies and someone else gets it and ruins it. Because they decide to make it for a modern audience. The words of the devil. As one does. I also forgot another little part that I need to paint. Like a little bag. Maybe I should have done these in like brown to stand out more, but like I'm painting these to be battle ready, which is like I want to use as few paints as I can while still making them, you know, look good. Like, this looks good. This is looking good. I don't know if I feel like I'm just getting lazy or my method is just bad. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do like another dry brush, but with like a different white paint, like a lighter one, so it looks brighter. You know, like maybe I should have done that at the start, but still, I didn't want to have to do it over and over, but did the basing on them. I wish I didn't have like a crummy memory. Like, because I would like to be able to like memorize the rules and better. Because this is like every time I've won a game, it's been by like accident. Like I have like a vague memory of it. I think I've done stuff where it's just like I probably could have been one even better. I'm just like I'm not the best with points. I usually just forget about them. I basically play like an orc player. It's just like, what, you think I'm playing to win? No. I'm here to roll dice and see which dice chop each other up better. It's just like you know, joyous time. Okay. It's now back some dry brushing. We're gonna pull these boys over. They've had their time to dry. So, let's see. I need the Screaming Stole for these ones. And let's use, I'm gonna use this one for the white one. So I'm gonna use this one for the Screaming Stole. I dry brush so much, I am happy that I accidentally ended up with multiple dry brushes. My beloved dry brush. I'm not going too hard because this is for basing. I don't want the bases to blend so much. And then I go in and just like dry brushing a few things. This isn't enough. I need more on the brush. I need a lot more. Put the heavy excess on the base, just in case. Like that. Just very gently go across like the dark parts. So give them the feel that they're very metallic, but rake up those hard dark spots. Kind of like that. So they don't feel too standoutish. They're different. They'll definitely they'll stand out a lot still anyway, but we have ourselves warriors that still, fit the chapter. Pretty much what I did for the lore explanation is that after their homeworld barely held on with their own Tyranid massacre, in order to honor their world better, they changed their armor to a pure white. But only in the newly manufactured armor. every warrior who had their armor before then still kept the metallic look. And the warrior that inherited the armor, kept that color too. So it's just like, this is like, how we remember the warrior. But this all happened, but this tradition started before the Primaris showed up, so a lot of the Primaris ones are more rare. And the only ones that were Primaris ones were firstborn to cross the Rubicae. But the chapter early on really did not care much for Primaris. And very few of them crossed the Rubicae to inherit it. But the ones that did usually ended up being like, they were they were some of the commanders and whatnot. So we have, some lieutenants and some captains that have had it, that did it. But it's pretty much explaining why I don't have it. I got a bunch of Terminators I need to paint too because of that. They're partially painted, but they're like not great. Do the gun. The helmet. No, just try to do edge highlighting with this. I didn't really have enough on the brush for this die, but that's fine. It's not super required, but it is nice. I miss like the create your own chapter rules they had for 9th edition. That was cool. I like that. Ooh. I've gone a bit too much paint on the brush this time. But you know what? That's fine. That is fine by me. Gives him a different look. I kind of dig it, actually. You know? Huh. Actually doesn't look too bad. Now that I look over there and I see him sitting next to the other ones. Kind of dig it. Okay, yeah, that's way too heavy on the base. Way too heavy for what I like. Interesting. kind of see this as like a method that I could just dry brush the white on all the old metallics and have the army be matching. That could work because they're not really as dry brushed. That'd still be a bit different. Or I could just say fuck it and make all the metallic guys. Oh yeah, these are the actual Death Company. Yeah, these guys are actually fucking insane because guess what? They're Blood Angel successors. That's the part I left out, boss. These are Blood Angel successors, so they are space vampires who are kind of going crazy. All right. That's them done. So clean off this brush. I know I did like 10 dyes fully in the white, but I don't really feel like doing all of that. Doing more than 10 models is just like not too fun, so focus on the ones that are done. Wait, before we get to them, we're gonna give them even a bit because basing takes so long to dry. So what I want to do, let's get this. Where's the starter brush? Here it is. We're gonna use that brush. We're gonna paint the rims of the bases. And those dyes are done. I don't know if I'll do water transfers or something, but I won't do them right now. Get a nice fat dollop on the brush. The true final step. Painting the rim of the base. I used to not do it, but then I started doing it and I was just like, that looks so much cleaner. It gives it a cleaner finish. It helps the base, stand out. And a lot of my models I ended up going back and doing painting the rims of the bases, because it's not a big step. Well, it's a simple step, and it adds and it helps. It really does. Let's press them down there. It does make them feel more complete. And you know what? Making them feel more complete feels nice. I need to step up my basing game, but you know what? It works. If it works, it works. You don't need to worry about it. It just needs to be present. Oh, now I'm starting to get stuffy. I've been talking so long, I'm starting to get stuffy. That's them done. Well, now there's like a weird swirl in there. Ooh. Ooh. Ugh. Oh, I sort of fucked up. I didn't put the wash. I didn't put the Nuln Oil on the base. Oof. I fucked up. I can't believe I've done it again. But that's fine. I'll move this over here so it's a bit easier to get to. I sort of had it between the tripod's legs. We're gonna do our Nuln Oil first. We don't need to put it all over the model, which is good. I just want it in the metallic spots. And on like the black. The weapon's black. I just thought it just flicked all over my like fucking hands. All over the base. That's where I want it. I want it on the base. To darken it. You know, but a little bit more. Like in the joints. Make them even darker. Put them a bit closer. Make them a bit accessible. Should be mostly dried now. They've had long enough to dry. Definitely not going to be able to dry brush them. That's fine. What the Lord would have wanted. A little bit on the hand. Anywhere else? I think we got everything I wanted. Put a little bit there. Let's keep going. Right, I gotta do Mr. Swordman. Actually, no, that'll be fine when I dry brush it. I wish these washes would dry faster. I don't have like a UV bomb device. Actually, I kind of do, but I don't know if that works on paints. Those there. I want this in the joints on the Space Marine's butt cheek. Handle this sword. Mr. Sergeant Man, it's his little brick. Get this guy. Get everything that I want. Oh, that basing is still wet. Yep, that basing's still wet on him. Ew. Alright. I can't really finish them, huh? Unfortunate, but we did finish up some of the Space Marines. We did finish up these guys, which have been sitting like in a bag unfinished for like 3 years. So like I'm pretty happy with these guys. But I will do what I plan to do with the sword. You know, to show off like my my ultimate plan. And like they probably would have dried off if I did work on the other ones, but I don't want to go too much longer, as I have nothing to keep me sane. But let's finish his sword. And because this is focused on this guy, I caught it between my legs. Let's put him on a paint handle. We're gonna get our pure, untainted Lothran blue. I know I use this die as my example for no, what he would have been like finished. So, you know, we got a little bit of that on there. We just go all up down the sword, both sides. You look at that, just doing a little bit dry brushing, you know, with those two colors with the way they were. Anyway, focus bar. Look at that. It adds a lot to the sword. No. And then I'm gonna wash this off, because I'm not totally done with it. Well, this next part's gonna be a part for like the whole model, not quite for the dry brushing. Wash that off. And you'll find that one's a little wet. We've used all of them except the big one. So the big one, actually, is this a dry brush? No, this is a large basing brush. This is a dry brush, but I don't want to use that one because it's old and grimy and gross. So we reach over, we grab a little bit of White Star. Oh God, I hope this works. I really gotta shake it. Oh God, I didn't realize how old it was. Let me fix Mr. Focus. There we go. I want a very tiny amount. This brush is way too big to do a lot. I don't want to do a whole bunch. Well, I could test it out, but there. Do a little bit of a light dry brush on the most raised panels of the model. And then you just do tip. You just gently do it down the sword. And then let's see. That's probably one of the better swords I've done, honestly. I really like how it turned out. It's like, really like that. Ooh. Nice glowing sword. That really stands out for the guys. Like, it's a bit much for like a sergeant character. I've done less, really. But the reason I did it, even though it's just like, you know, a sergeant, like just a simple sergeant character, is it's practice. Like, he's not a centerpiece model. Like, it's not gonna be a trouble. Maybe I'll practice doing, you know, like a white star dry brush on these other guys before I do, but now all my dry brushes are wet, so I can't use them anymore. But the sergeant, you know, he looks pretty good. He's got that shading, he's got natural shading, so it's just like he just really has a lot of strong contrast. Cause like that's not a trick of the light, it's literally just black paint in there. And it's like that wasn't touched by like whites, but it really contrasts really strong. And like, yeah, going with an extra dry brush of white really changed my feeling about it. Let me compare it to like, here's like his predecessor model, the one I did before him. You know, he still is he's a brighter white, but he doesn't look as dynamic. He looks flatter. The swords are similar. I don't think it's much. Like, look from a distance further away, they're the same, but like when you really pull them up close and you like compare them, but it's hard to do it on the camera. Like there's a more subtle like glow, and I like it. I like it more. And I have like, and you know, I run a lot of assault intercessors. Like this is, I basically painted 15 more. I have like 20 already sitting over there. Like I'll swamp the board with a whole bunch of these. I'm running these Space Marines. These are my cannon fodder unit. You know, I shouldn't have cleaned off that dry brush. I should have done like the white star, went ahead and did it on all these guys, but you know what? It's fine. Like, I feel like this was a good stream. I need to stop trying to be so project focused and just like have fun painting these guys, because it's just meant to be have a good time with y'all more than, you know. I need to stream more, but I don't need to. The only thing I need to achieve when I stream is that I streamed. And I did it for long enough for me to be happy. And what that means is that I will wait until this last ad plays, because I need that ad. I need those little pennies of ad revenue every month. Because I am just a bit greedy, but I am going to hang out a little bit. I have other models here, like I do want to do some model painting, some model building streams too, because I have a bunch of models I can build that I can then paint. Like some AdMech models, some more Space Marine models. I have a Redemptor Dreadnought. That's what I want to build next. That's what I want to build and paint. Is like a big Redemptor Dreadnought, because I have a few Dreadnoughts already, but they're the old Dreadnoughts. Like in 9th edition they were the Venerable Dreadnought, and now it's just fucking Dreadnought, but they were so cool. I also have like a Librarian Dreadnought, but you can't really use those anymore, which sucks, because I love those guys. I love the Librarian Dreadnoughts. Because in like, let me check actually. Let me go to the Superior site. Because I liked, you know, the joys. I think they removed Librarian Dreadnoughts and put them in Legends. I'm gonna check. They did. Which sucks, because Librarian Dreadnoughts were so fucking cool. You just fucking equipped them with like the wings of Sanguinius, and so you had this fucking giant beat stick of a mech, of a fucking Dreadnought that could fly around like he has a fucking jump pack and rip everything apart. Like I had one match where I played against Gene Stealer Toll, and he was just flying around killing everything. And I loved it. It was honestly one of the most fun games I had. And now we have... Oh, I also have like an unbuilt sprue of like old Sanguinary Guard that I should do. Yes, maybe I'll get like maybe I need to find like the right size bases for them in like tactical rots, because the new Sanguinary Guard are kind of poo-poo shitheads. I think the models were very lazily done compared to like the old ones. Like, come on, you left out like the most important part of them with fucking wings, but yeah. What are the rules? They're not great. They're nifty. Carmine blades and carmine spears. What do spears do? Lance? I think I'll do it with the blades over the spears. They're not bad. But I'll chill out. Enjoy the last of my drink. I had a lot of fun. We at least got 5 models completely done. Like these 5 are tabletop ready, and I will be happy to slot them in if I ever get to play with them again. If I ever actually get to play, which will probably be after I get my driver's license. I'm still really mad that I don't have my driver's license, by the way. It's been like a year and I'm still like fucking mauling over the fact that they failed me for waiting at stop signs too long. I don't know. I'm also thinking maybe I can I have a few like spare models, or I can pick up some like Space Marine Hero models at the least. And I sort of want to paint them with like the Xyla colors, like to do a purple, like, you know, light purple, dark purple, and like a little bit of gold. It was just like, it'll look like Emperor's Children, but it would be cool. And I could put like the that Scorpion water transfer I talked about before. I can build a kill team, at least. I have all the stuff for kill team. I don't think I'd have the patience to paint figures like this. Well, if you were to paint, there are like faster options to paint models. Like Like the fastest the painter like Necrons. Some people just pay other people to paint their models. They really they don't want to do it themselves. Well, mainly you paint them for two reasons, really. The first is like is just like, you know, make them look nice. The second is if you want to play tournaments. They have rules in competitive for playing with painted. You have to have a fully painted army. If you don't, you lose points basically, which means you're more like, which, you know, when you're in a game where you can have a close game where the only difference is like 5 points, you get like, I think from the last tournament I played, it was just like if your whole army's painted, you get 10 points. You get like an extra 10 points to your like victory thing. That's a dumb. Well, people, it's for marketing. They want to market their game, and the game looks better if people are playing with painted models. And you know, they made points for it. Yeah, it pretty much cancels each other out. I don't know if they still do it in 10th edition, but that's what they did in 9th edition. Let me check. Warhammer 40k. 10th edition. Tournament painting rules. What? Okay, I think it only matters if you're at Forge World. Not Forge World, Warhammer World. That's what I see officially. But I don't know about, you know, tournaments. It might just depend on the localizer things. Let's see. Usually, but it isn't like the rules for having them painted wasn't like, oh, you need to have them brightly painted. The rules pretty much was you just have to have 3 colors, and you just have to have basing on them, which is really easy. Like let me I have a model that's like the fewest colors, but is still tournament ready. Let me grab it. It's like in the closet. Here we go. This die. He's like, try to get him better in focus. Like, you know, you just spray him black. Like paint the shoulder, you just paint like the shoulder pads and like the metal parts. And like, you know, you're pretty much done. It's pretty much just called battle ready, which is just like you just need to have them. You just need to have like, it's like you need 3 colors in basing. And like I do extra stuff to my basing, but like you don't need to do that. Like the basing on this one has basing on it, but it's not very obvious. But it is on there, and that would count. The worst rule is for not so much as painting is WYSIWYG, which is what you see is what you get, which is pretty much like when you play when you use a model in the game, you have to use the weapon rules for what's on that model. Like this guy, for example. He has a power sword and a hand flamer, which means if he has a power sword, which means if I play him, he has to use a power sword and a hand flamer. I can't use anything else. But he could also equip other weapons on the data sheet, which would be like, you know, a hammer or like a plasma pistol. Those are also weapon options. But WYSIWYG means I can't use those. I would have to have another model with those on there, which is pretty much fuck new players. But it is what it is. But I think we've had a long enough time. Most casual games don't give a fuck. That's the big thing. If you don't care about playing tournaments, you don't need to care about painting or what's equipped on your models. You can just tell them to fuck off and you can just play the game. You know? I know one guy who streams painting Warhammer models. I was talking to him and he mentioned that he pretty much won't. He lives in a big enough area where there's a lot of players. He won't play against unpainted armies. I think it was pretty much just like a commitment thing. It's just like, you know, care enough about the game to actually paint the models, you know, put the work in. But also some people are meta chasers and they usually don't have painted armies. Like unless they're like playing in tournaments. But they'll just be like, I just want the best army possible to win all the time. I don't care about tournaments. And their armies are usually unpainted. But, you know, that's just normal. The gray tide, if you will. But yeah, we got like most of these done. I'll probably finish them up off stream. Post some pictures. I might just do pictures of these guys, but it's all about testing. But let's find somebody to raid out to. Because I had a good time. I had fun. So let's find a person to raid. Someone's doing Orc, someone's doing Tau. What's this? Nemesis? I have no idea what that is. I think that's a Gundam. I'm seeing the Gundam people. Let me check my friends first. See which ones of them are streaming. If they're doing anything that I can vibe with. Where are the homies? Stella, Kutitaikaholica. Watirakun. God. Some of the people I'm following is just like, here's our like 1.9k viewers, and I'm just like, damn. One day, maybe. Maybe if I started sooner. Oh yeah, they're doing Gundam. Someone named Wicked Minis. Let's see how they're doing. It looks like they're taking a break and eating something, so you know what? This is a perfect time to raid them. So let's start raiding. I hope everyone had a good night and had a good time. And I want y'all to know I love you and I appreciate you being here. So have a good night. Have a good day. Eat well, sleep well. See you later.